What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our college football channel. We are kicking off our 2022 predictions with the Georgia Bulldogs. Here are some of the other predictions for Georgia. You see the FBI has this team at 11.6 and 1.3, almost around a 90% chance to make the SEC championship. So you could say that loss could potentially be in the conference championship game, not in the regular season. So they're saying 12-0, maybe 11-1. Athlon has this team at 12-0, but the over/under is 10.5. I don't gamble. I don't bet, but if I did bet, this is one I'd take, because I would be very surprised if Georgia went 10-2. They're going to go 11-1 or 12-0 unless they have catastrophic injuries or something like that. I would feel very confident in saying that Georgia will at least go 11-1. Don't want to give away the predictions here, but when you look at the schedule, I mean, there are only maybe 2 or 3, 4 games that you could see them possibly losing, and again, that's just possibly. They're not going to lose them all. And may not lose any of them, but that seems like a low number. 10.5 wins. This is a team that brings Stetson Bennett back at quarterback. I know he gets a lot of hate, but he is a good starting quarterback. They won a national championship last season. Plenty of weapons around him. The offense is loaded. They could be even better than they were last year. Of course, the defense is going to take a big step back. They lost a lot of great players, but they have proven, I mean, they've done it year in and year out. They have proven that they can reload on the defensive side of the ball. Kirby Smart has proven that, and I'm not too concerned with this defense. No, it won't be as good as last year, of course, but it'll still be pretty good and probably really good. And the offense, I think, again, will be even better. So this is a true playoff contender. Georgia not going anywhere. I believe they will be a top 5 team again this season. Here is the schedule. When I look at this schedule, I look at that Oregon game. Look at the South Carolina game on the road, perhaps a little bit tricky. Then you look at maybe Kentucky on the road, but they really haven't proven that they can play with Georgia. Tennessee going to have an explosive offense. Florida's a rivalry, you never know. But again, there's just not a lot of challenges on the schedule. You would expect Georgia to be favored in probably every game that they play. We're going to start with Oregon here. They will play them in Atlanta, basically a home game for Georgia. I tell you what, I think this might be the toughest game of the year for Georgia. It's coming week 1. It's a Georgia team that is going to have a new staff. I know Kirby Smart knows Dan Lanning very well, but it's different. You can't put on the film from last year and look at how they did things and how the players did different things. It's going to be different. It's going to be hard to prepare for this Oregon team. Bo Nix has seen Georgia's defense before. This might be the worst Georgia defense that Bo Nix has faced. So he's going to be ready to go. I believe this Oregon offense is going to give Georgia some challenges. I think this Oregon defense is really talented, and I think this is going to be a very good game. I do not expect Georgia to win easily. I do think that they win. I think Stetson Bennett will come through for them. Again, almost a home game. But if I was going to say that what's Georgia's most likely loss, it would be this first game of the season. I think Oregon will take them down to the wire. But at the end of the day, Georgia will get the win. I think their defense will make a big play late to win it, and they knock off Oregon in a close one-possession game. I think they beat Samford as well, so 2-0 start. Another challenge could be this game against South Carolina. Again, I really feel like Oregon is going to be the toughest game. I think South Carolina is going to be their second toughest game. Not necessarily the second best team that they play, but just the fact that this game is on the road. Again, it's early in the year. You're facing Spencer Rattler, a quarterback who can light it up. He can run a little bit, not really known as a dual threat, but he can move. And you know that those are the types of quarterbacks that give a Kirby Smart defense trouble. That place is going to be rocking. I mean, South Carolina has a lot of hype coming into this year, more than they've had in quite some time. I think this is going to be another very tough game for Georgia, but at the end of the day, I think their depth will win the day. In the fourth quarter, they're able to put some stops together, make some plays on offense. They win it by about 10 points, but I do think it'll be a 4-quarter game. But give me the Georgia Bulldogs in this one, starting off 3-0 and then 4-0 after a win over Kent State. Missouri is up next. This will be a road game kicking off the month of October. Not really a lot to like about Missouri, honestly. I don't think this game will be competitive at all. I think Georgia will win easily and start to really build some momentum. I think they get that win and move on to 5-0 before playing Auburn. Auburn's a team that's kind of tough to figure out. You look at their roster, you look at the fact that Brian Harsin has proven he can can coach a football team. But the talent, I mean, there's just a big talent gap between Georgia and Auburn. Plus, the game is at Georgia. Because of that, I don't really see Auburn having much of a chance. If this was in Jordan-Hare, maybe this game's a little bit closer. But in Athens, I don't really expect this game to be close at all. Georgia wins it. They move on to 6-0. Vanderbilt coming up next on the 15th. No challenge here. Again, I think Georgia rolls. I think they win big and move on to 7-0. So if they can get through Oregon and they can get through South Carolina, they have a chance to really build some momentum. Before they play Florida, they will get a bye week, so you can kind of recover from some of the bumps and bruises and get ready to go for the final stretch here, which is going to be a challenge. Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi State on the road, Kentucky on the road, and then Georgia Tech. A little bit of a challenge there, and no real breaks in those 4 games. And who knows, Georgia Tech probably not going to be a challenge, but we'll get to them in a minute. Florida in Jacksonville. The Gators, I think, are a very underrated team. If you look at their starting lineup across the board, I think they can match up pretty well with Georgia. Where I'm concerned with Florida is the depth, and kind of like with South Carolina, this Georgia team is going to be very deep. They're going to be more talented. I think they wear down Florida in the second half. This is a game that's close at halftime, maybe even tied at halftime. And you remember last year it was close until right before halftime. But I think Georgia will pull away in the second half, and they'll win. I don't expect Georgia's defense to be as dominant. They're not just going to dominate every game like they did last year. I think it'll be more of a pull away in the second half type deal with some of these games. I think they will win easily against Missouri, Auburn, Vanderbilt. But Florida, South Carolina, I think those are games where it takes Georgia a while. Tennessee, I think, is going to be very similar. They play them on November the 5th. It's a home game. That's big. If this game was in Knoxville, I would take Tennessee because they're going to have the offense that is going to give Georgia some trouble. Hendon Hooker, a very good quarterback, very underrated. He can run. If he is still healthy at that point in the season, Tennessee's offense is going to score. I think this will be a close game, but I think that home field advantage will be the difference. Georgia pulls away in the fourth quarter. They win it. They move on to 8-0. Before Mississippi State, this is one of those trap games. It's after a big win over Tennessee potentially, and then before a big game against Kentucky. It's on the road. The cowbells will be going. Mississippi State's going to have an offense that can air it out, of course. That could give Georgia a little bit of trouble. I think this game is one that will be pretty close. And so, again, I'm not saying Georgia's going to blow everyone out like they did last year. I think these games will be closer, but I still think that they're just too good. I think they will win this game. But circle that one for an upset alert game, a trap game. If Georgia loses to a team that they shouldn't lose to, that's probably the game right there. And then Kentucky on the 19th, that'll be a good game on the road. But look, Kentucky, Will Levis, is he ready to do this? Is he ready to get a signature win? A lot of people are talking about him in the NFL and stuff. I just don't think Kentucky still can match up with the talent of Georgia. It's a close game until the fourth quarter, similar to some of these other games, but Georgia will pull away. They'll win it by a couple of scores. They'll move on to 11-0, then Georgia Tech. Rivalry game to close things out. Don't really see this game being all that close. I think Georgia will win fairly easily, and I think they will finish 12-0. So some people expect Georgia to take a big step back. I could see them losing a game. Maybe it's Oregon, maybe it's South Carolina, maybe it's even Tennessee or Mississippi State or Kentucky with that stretch there at the end of the season, or even Florida potentially in a rivalry game. Maybe they lose a game, but I don't think they'll lose more than one. I'm going to say they win every single one of them. I've got Georgia going 12-0. I think they're just more talented than everyone that they play. Someone might get them, but I'm going to say it won't happen. I think Georgia goes undefeated. In the regular season, they go 12-0, and then we will circle back and take a look at what that means down the road in the SEC Championship and then potentially the college football playoffs. That's my prediction. What's your prediction for this Georgia team? Give me your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for more.